Okay, guys, today, today, today we're talking about classic. Okay, I'm gonna call Savitar.
Yo.
Hey, what up, man? What up?
Yeah, I'm fine, man.
You,
What about you?
I'm great, man. Did you see all the support balance through my way?
Yeah, I see. I just saw. Yeah, it's nice, man.
It's crazy.
It's really nice.
Yeah. So, keep up the great work. Yeah, thank you, man. So, welcome Cookie, welcome Balance, welcome Savitar, welcome everyone who's lurking. Savitar, how about we talk about classic?
Yeah, that's the reason I'm here, right?
Yeah, that's the reason we're all here.
Yeah.
That's the reason we're all gathered. Let me turn on the music a little bit. There you go. So, guys, in case you missed it, yesterday we got big news about Classic. As you can see on my window, the release date is on August 27th, right? And today, people are supposed to get beta access to Classic. So people are going to be able to test Classic and give us feedback about it, and we're gonna learn so much, and this is great.
Yeah, and to add something up to what Numidia just said, be sure to click on the beta opt-in.
Yeah.
And have a active subscription if you want to have access to the beta.
Let me share the link. Here it is, guys. Go ahead and subscribe. This is for EU, actually. For US, you probably change EU with US on the link.
Yeah.
Any idea what time they will send out beta access to accounts? It's supposed to start today, Nictio. It's supposed to start today, but we assume, and I think Savitar will agree with me here, only big content creators will get beta access today. Like, no way you and me get access yet, right?
It depends. I mean, if you are a classic veteran, I think there is some chance that you can get a beta key.
Yeah, I could see that, like, people who've been subbed to the game for 14 years, obviously they would be prioritized, maybe even above like those big content creators. I don't know.
Makes sense, right?
Yeah, something worth looking for. The thing is, if I get beta access today, I'm flipping the fuck up. That, like, I think we can all agree about it. If we get beta access today, like, we're living our social lives, okay? We're living our families, our wives, our kids. We don't care about anything, only about classic. My account is from 2004. My chances should be great. So they said, Nictio, they said people who, the longer you, this is my understanding of it, the longer you've been subbed, the more chances you have. So if you've been subbed from 2004 for 14 years, sure, you have high chances, that's for sure. So, what do you want to talk about first? Savitar, what do you want to talk about?
Okay, so I think, it was a lot to take yesterday. I mean, there were so many things going on.
Mm-hmm.
So we just were in the voice chat on our community, and I was a little bit quiet because of I was just listening to the Tips Out channel.
Mm-hmm.
But what do you think about the layering?
The layering, okay. So here's the thing, and speaking about yesterday and the whole voice chat, I don't know if you noticed, but I muted myself, and like, I didn't appear until today. It's because I wanted to absorb as much data as possible. I wanted to learn about everything that was said, and like, I still probably missed some things. Like there are so many content creators that were invited to there. So much information to take. It's crazy, and I still think I only know 50% of what was discussed. But whatever. About the layering. The layering, I think, is just a large scale sharding. And for people in the chat that don't know, Tips Out explained it very good yesterday. Basically, sharding is based on small squares everywhere in the word, you know? Everywhere in the word you have sharding. Sharding. If you switch from a little square to another little square, you can basically, if that square has too much players, you're gonna be sharded on another shard, and the people who were there originally, you won't be able to see them. With layering, basically the whole word is one shard, and whenever the whole word, the whole shard, the whole layer gets filled with, I don't know, 2k, 3k people, it will switch the people who will log on to another layer. So basically you can understand that layering is a big scale sharding. Let me catch up with chat here. Don't have kids, so yeah. What do you both think about the layering? Yeah, there you go, we're discussing it. I think people need to wait for beta and full release to see what layering is gonna look like, agreed. Because this is a new thing, and so people need to just wait to see it's a new thing. Absolutely. Like, I think we like talking about it and shit, but like, realistically, it's something that needs testing. You cannot just speak about it and say this is good, this is bad. No,
I agree.
You need to test it. Really need to test it. That being said, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think layering only brings positives. Like, the negatives from sharding are still present in layering to an extent. And layering only brings positives. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yesterday I saw a video about from Alex Sancho, and he can be a little bit pessimistic sometimes.
Yeah.
But he was very worried about the layering, and he thinks that it's possibly worse than sharding. I don't know if I agree on that one, but I know for sure that as long as layering is going to removed at some point before phase 2 or something, then it's perfectly fine. But you have to keep in mind that if I am on a different layer than you, we can just bypass that system, so I can skip some people that are ganking in Redridge, for example. So you can invite me if you are on a different layer, so that I can bypass the players on that, the horde players on that layer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you still following me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely.
So. For the first phases, I don't think this is a big problem. It's better than sharding, if you would ask me. But yeah, I hope they will remove it for sure. And you know.
So yeah, I agree with you. And Bloodbath is. By the way, who's Bloodbath? I know he's from Dishonored. Who are you, Bloodbath? Give us your name, man. Bloodbath is saying basically the same thing. Also, keep in mind the population will drop significantly 2 weeks into the game, and the layering will become very small then. Yeah, I agree. Like, layering is only a thing that's gonna happen for the first month, or first 2 months at most. Yesterday I watched Tip's stream, and he said that Ian Hazikostas specifically turned to him whenever they were talking about layering, and he told him, I promise you, there will never be 2 Kazakhs or 2 Azurigos or whatever on the server you're playing on. There will be only one, because layering will only exist for phase 1.
That's
So
it.
yeah, that's amazing. So like, but still, like, even though it's still here for limited amount of time, like, it's still worth discussing the ramifications of it. Because imagine phase 1 drops. We want, like, we don't play on a PvP server obviously, but people do. You have a big guild and you want to go gank another guild. This is like, you go to Blackrock Mountains or whatever, and you expect to see that other person's guild, and you do not see them because he's on a different layer.
Yeah, exactly.
And this is bad. And this, but here's the thing, that existed with sharding too, right?
Yeah,
if
so
they were, yeah.
I think sharding is even worse, but yeah, it comes down to sharding, but then in a very small way, right? So I think for the first month this might be a good idea. I don't know for sure, but yeah, it's better than servers going to crash like in the old days, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think we have to see, and maybe if we get some access on the beta, of course, the population is much lower on the beta service than it's going to be on retail.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this is something we have to practice.
Yeah. Balance is saying, I don't know, man. When you are in PvP realm, you get ganked, you can just get your body from layer 2 and phase out.
Yeah.
This is another...
That's precisely the thing I just wanted to explain. Yeah.
Exactly. Like, this is another... But again, that if they were gonna add sharding, that would have been a problem with sharding too. Now obviously, like, it's still a problem, but they are not adding issues by giving layering, since they were gonna add sharding in the first place. No, I don't know, dude. Like, I feel like with layering, sharding, queue times, like, there will always be people who are gonna be mad, no matter what. No matter what, you're gonna have people who are gonna be mad about anything. You put sharding, you put layering, people are gonna be mad that layering is too bad. You put sharding, people are gonna be mad that sharding is worse than layering. You put queue times, people are gonna complain that they can't get into the servers. So, just give us the game at the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
Who cares?
And also because they are saying that they are going to remove layering in the first place. I think we don't have to worry that much.
Yeah, they're gonna remove it anyway. Like I said, the beta will be viral. Belly rubs from... Oh, belly rubs! Welcome, man. Welcome. Let's see how it blends out. Yeah. So yeah, we talked about layering. If you have anything more to add about this subject, go ahead. Otherwise, we can talk about something else. You have anything, Savitar?
Let me think. There was something, but I just forgot. Yeah, because of this conversation.
Okay, well.
Oh, by the way, do you know that the leveling process is going to be, take much longer on the beta and
I was going to talk about that actually.
Okay.
So yeah, I saw Stay Safe yesterday on his video, and I posted it on Dishonored. He said that leveling took him like twice as much time as it did on private servers, and that's for many reasons. Sorry. First off, like, straight up, it required more experience to get from mobs. You just needed more experience. And second, the mobs were so much, like, they were moving all around the place. Like, you're in a cave with trogs, and you see a trog coming your way patrolling, and he aggroes you, and you end up dying because you didn't know that trog is gonna come in the first place. You were fighting another. So this adds so many different things to leveling to take into consideration that it's gonna be the meta is gonna be completely different from private servers. Mana regen is reduced apparently too. There you go. Bloodbath is saying like mana regen, HP regen. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. All of those things are different from private servers, and it's gonna be crazy to see. Like, basically, we're getting a new game. We haven't played this game in 12 years. Basically. We haven't played Classic or Vanilla in 12 years, and we're getting Vanilla back because private servers got it wrong all the time. We're gonna have to think our strategies, our leveling strategies. People are gonna have to make guides specifically tailored for Classic while doing the beta. It's gonna be glorious, and I can't wait to test this out. Oh man, I'm getting hyped already. Shit. What are your concerns about the leveling, Savitar?
My concerns.
Mm.
The only thing I have my concerns about is the layering shit. But yeah, I think this is gonna be even harder for the new ones. So I don't think this is necessarily a thing to worry about. But yeah, for the newbies, it's gonna be more tough than we anticipate before.
Yeah. Just real quick, Balance. Thank you very much for being here, and thank you for your support, man. Have a good luck at work, and I'll see you later. Okay? Thank you very much for being here, man. Balance is leaving. Yeah, I agree. I gotta go. I'll be back in 2 hours. Okay. See you later too.
Yeah.
Belly rubs.
Thanks for having you guys.
Yeah. Thanks for
You're
coming.
welcome.
So, yeah, layering and leveling. I don't know. Imagine.
About
Go ahead.
about leveling.
Hmm.
Yeah, you just said it, but I think the meta is gonna be changed dramatically because Warlock is now the considerably be the best class to level with, but that is gonna change for sure because they have to drink every single pack, right?
Yeah.
So I think Hunter's going to be, they still going to be the fastest class to level, but Warlocks are not going to be the second one. I think Druids are.
You think Druids will be the second fastest?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Yeah.
And the reason is because they have the movement speed early on, like Hunters do.
True. You can just like kite mobs and shit. Like,
and
you don't need to get damaged.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well, for a Druid, it's a different story, but they have the movement speed why they are going to be faster, and also if you so the first steps from 1 to 10, it's both for a hunter or a druid. It's gonna be slow, right? Because you don't have the useful spells and stuff. But also, you as a hunter, you don't have the pet, so it's gonna be more difficult. But if you have the pet, this after the level 10, hunter's going to be the fastest one for sure, because of the movement speed in the talent, and also because they can, like you said, they can kite everything, and they can even pull some big packs, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah. It's gonna be very interesting to see.
Yeah, and druids they are going to get bear form on level 10, and then they can pull more packs at one. And also on level 20 they get the cat form, so a little bit movement in speed increase, and also they don't require any mana at this point. So
yeah,
like in bear form.
About hunters, I leveled a hunter to on private servers to I think level 11 or 12, and here's the thing: the 1 to 10 experience was pretty hard, pretty tough because, as you said, you don't have many important spells early on, and I bet on classic it's gonna be even tougher. The 1 to 10 experience.
Yeah.
So maybe the hunters are not even gonna lead the pack. Like it's now obviously it's an endurance run. It's not a sprint, right? Hunters are still gonna be on top, but from 1 to 10, maybe hunters are not gonna be leading the packs. Who knows?
Yeah, but I think that was even before on private servers and stuff.
Oh really?
Yeah, I think they will catch up in on level 15 or something.
Mm-hmm.
And they are going to lead the pack, but this isn't the case. And I think you brought up a great argument. I think they are going to be far behind, and then on maybe level 20 or 25 they are going to catch up again, and then probably they are going to lead the pack again.
Yep.
It's, yeah. Interesting.
Now about layering and doubling. Yesterday I watched a video or a stream, I don't remember. I watched so many things yesterday. Someone said that imagine you're in Elwyn, right? And Elwyn has, I know it's ridiculous, but imagine Elwyn has, no, not Elwyn. Imagine your server has reached the full capacity of layer 1.
Mm-hmm.
So people who will log in Elwyn from now on will be put on layer 2, right? You go, you look for Hogger. Hogger is not spawned, and he takes like 10-15 minutes to respawn. Because that's another thing. Like the respawn times have been standardized. Like it's 5 minutes, 5.5 minutes for every mob.
Dynamic respawn isn't in Classic Love.
Yeah, there's no dynamic respawn. So with that in mind, people are gonna be hopping from layer 1 to layer 2 to kill Hogger and shit. This is another issue with layering. But this issue still would have existed if sharding took place. You know, it's not like
But here's the thing. I think maybe they are better off with sharding only at the starting zones and no layering at all. I mean, it's sharding is just for the starting zones, and I think this is, yeah, of course, it's a little bit different than sharding, but it comes down to sharding, right? And they also, yeah, they gave it another name, but it's still sharding in a kind of way.
Yeah, it's still sharding, and I agree with you. Like they said, like here's the thing: everyone seems to forget about this. They said that they were only originally in BlizzCon or whatever. They said they were originally gonna put sharding in starting zones only, and then past that there was no sharding. Mm-hmm. Now they're putting layering everywhere. Everyone seems to forget about that. Like they traded a system for another, making the other system more dominant, more present, basically. And yeah.
And therefore, I think Alex Central made some good points. And yeah, like I said, he's not the most liked content creator.
Yeah.
But I think he got some points.
Yeah, like it doesn't matter. I think, like, sure, people can have opinions and shit and voice them in quote unquote toxic way, but they're still opinions, you know, and they still have value. So whether you like the content creator or not, his point could still be true or still be wrong. Like, you can't dismiss it based on the fact that it's expressed in quote unquote toxic way. But yeah, that's man. This stream is about layering.
It's like politics, right? You need some opposite opinions and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. To advance, yeah. So yeah, anything else to add about leveling? Can't think.
Yeah,
of
maybe the chat has something to bring up.
I don't know. Any lurkers want to add anything about leveling? But yeah, it's gonna be very interesting. Like the game is basically different, but in a good way. It's like still no changes. Hashtag no changes, but because it's so different, like everyone will be put at the same level. No one is gonna know what's the fastest way to level. No one is gonna know what's the best way to kill Magmadar or whatever. And we're gonna talk about raid bosses like soon. We're gonna talk about raid bosses and their armor values and all the different things it could bring. But yeah, the game is basically gonna be a new game, in my opinion. Obviously, is there like are people who played on private servers for 14 years or 12 years gonna have advantage? Obviously. But there's still many things that are the same as they were on private servers. But that being said, there's also a lot of things that are different, and this is something that's good, in my opinion. Something that's really good.
Well, you can see it like the private server was kind of an alpha or something.
Yeah.
And this is the beta, and soon we can finally get to play Classic WoW again. And that's the man. I'm so excited for this. I can't wait.
It was a long fucking alpha, man.
Yeah.
Like, when did vanilla close? 12 years from now? Was a 12 years long alpha.
Yep.
Holy shit, man. So, anyways, let's talk about raiding now. Yesterday, again, I watched some video or watched some stream, I don't remember, but I heard that someone talked with Ian or with Omar Gonzalez, specifically asking about boss armor values. And by the way, Savitar, I think I hear myself in an echo near my.
Okay, that's weird because I just have the headset on.
That's weird. Maybe turn your headset a little bit down so it doesn't catch the sound. I don't know.
Okay, is this better?
Test. Yeah, that's better. That's way better.
Okay.
So, so someone spoke with Ian or whoever. They asked him specifically about boss armor values. And basically the devs told them that people thought that boss armor values were standardized, meaning that I don't remember the exact numbers, but on private servers how it is that most bosses have the same amount of armor, right? The same amount of resistance and the same amount of armor, which is kind of a standardized number. On what the devs told content creators is that it doesn't work like that on Classic. It didn't work like that on Vanilla, and it won't work like that on Classic. Bosses, depending on their look, have different armor values. For example, Gar is the big elemental thingy, right?
Yeah.
For example, Gar is a big dude, and you expect him to have a lot of armor. So he does have a lot of armor according to his look. Whereas, I don't know, Shazra has less armor than him because he's a small naga shit, you know. Kel'Thuzad he is a mage, he is a shadowy, like, you know, mage, so he has a lot of shadow resistance but fewer other resistances. Basically what I'm trying to say is it's completely different from private servers, and it's gonna make it a way harder than it is on private servers. Raids are gonna be legit hard.
I can imagine, yeah.
And like, people have said through the years that yeah, people used to have issues on vanilla because people had bad PCs or bad internets or bad reaction times or whatever, but vanilla is easy. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it wasn't easy. Maybe we will discover that it wasn't easy as we raid. What do you think about that?
Well, definitely there are going to be changes. I mean, it's going to be harder for some people, but
Mhm.
I don't think classic is that hard. I mean, of course, it's going to be harder than on private servers. How they handle things,
Mhm.
but I think it's still doable, especially if you are really organized.
Mhm.
If you have a really organized community, and if you know what you are doing, if you have some great officers in your team, I think you are still able. Like I said before, well, Classic WoW used to be a casual MMORPG, so of course this is a hardcore experience if you compare it with the MMORPGs nowadays. But
Mhm.
I still think it's going to be very doable, and of course it's going to be harder. But I'm really excited to see how this is going to turn out.
Yeah, and you brought up good officers and shit. Like our officer, shameless plug, guys. If you're looking for a guild, join us. We're gonna be playing Alliance on EU. We're gonna be joining a PvE server. If you're interested by that, join us. Here's the link for our website. Okay, shameless plug off. Thank you, thank you. But yeah, it's gonna be great. Oh, hey Ubi.
Hey, Ubi.
Saying, so yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see. Again, it comes back to saying that the game will be different to some extent. Is it
Of course.
is it gonna be easier than retail with all the mechanics on retail and shit? Yeah. Like I expect Molten Core to be easier than I was gonna say LFR. I expect Molten Core to be easier than normal on retail.
And why do you think that?
Why do I think that? Why do I think that?
Yeah.
Like, have you seen what is the first boss? The hound, the doggo.
I'm not so good with the bosses, but let me find
check.
it.
Let me check. Raids, classic, molten core, Magmadar. Yeah, Magmadar. That's Magmadar, the doggo. Magmadar has one ability. He fears. He fears a random person in the raid. That's it. So
On private servers.
now, do you think? Now it's another thing. Do you think raid bosses have have more abilities on vanilla that they have on private servers?
Well, this might be the case. I mean, I think it was Tips Out, but Tips Out also explained that many mobs around there are even harder in for the level process, because they are going to patrol and these kinds of RP elements, but also they have spells now. On private server, almost every single mob doesn't have any spells to cast, but this isn't the case on Classic WoW. So, for example, the birds in Teneras, you know, the skeletal the place with the skeletal things
In Teneras?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think in the dunes, in like the small ruins thingies, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I do remember. Yeah.
Okay, so there are some birds. I don't know exactly the name for these birds, but they on private service, mages are able to collect all these birds and then AoE them down with Blizzard.
I heard about that.
Yeah, but this isn't going to be the case in Classic WoW
Because they have
are going.
fireballs.
Yes, exactly.
I heard about that.
So this is very interesting, and I think, well, for sure that there is a lot of data is off on private servers. So I think this is the case that maybe they have some more spells, but yeah, this is just speculation.
I mean,
But
if it goes to the extent where bosses have more spells than they have on private servers, you cannot. At that point, you cannot trust private servers on anything, dude. Like, just throw all your knowledge away. Because if it's true, if that's the case, like, oh boy, oh boy.
well, in that case, it's gonna be a new game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kinda, yeah.
Absolutely. Like, if bosses have more abilities, like, what's left? Yeah.
Okay, but just to be clear, I don't think this is the case for bosses.
Mhm.
I think private service did a good job on this one, but I agree with you. The armor and the resistances are way off, and many data is incorrect on private servers.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Now, maybe bosses don't have more abilities or whatever, but how bosses apply their abilities, that is going to be different. Because do you know Nano from the Nostalia's team? I don't know if you heard that name before.
Yeah. I know.
So Nano was invited with the Nost team back in 2 or 3 years ago to Irvine, California, to talk with Blizzard about how they could make Classic a thing. You know, it was still the sperm in the nuts of Blizzard at that time. Like, no one thought they were gonna release Classic. And Nano, at the very end of the interview, like, they talked for hours upon hours, and then Ian comes to Ian Hazikostas, the senior lead designer or whatever of World of Warcraft, comes to Nano. Nano is QA on Nostalgia, so he knows a lot of shit. And Ian asks Nano, "I'm curious, guys, how did you on private servers on Nost script Onyxia's fire breath?"
Yeah.
And then Nano starts explaining to him that basically they roll a dice, and if the dice goes in that number, she does the fire breath. If it doesn't, and then Ian starts laughing, probably because it's a stupid way to script it, and also because it's so different from how it is on vanilla. And then Nano asks him, "Is that the way you have it scripted?" Ian is like, "No, it's not like that." And he's like, "Are you gonna tell me how it is?" And Ian is like, "No, I'm not gonna tell you, man." So like just some goofy story, but it goes to say that even on the back end of how bosses' abilities are working, it's gonna be different. And it's gonna have ramifications on how you approach certain bosses, which classes you bring, how many of the same class you bring. It's gonna be a different game, basically a different game. Yeah. So, what else can we talk about? We talked about bosses, leveling, layering. What was? Oh, okay. The release date. I wanted to talk about the release date. August 27th. Now, here's the thing. August 27th for a lot of people is a bad release date because it's basically whenever they start working, they go back to work, or they go back to university, to school, whatever. For me personally, I'm talking about myself, and I know a couple other people who are in the same boat. It's really good for me because basically in my country there was a lot of protests this year and shit, and we're gonna have summer courses in university. But obviously you're not gonna have summer courses all the way to September or August 27th. So this is great for me. I'm gonna finish university just before Classic releases, which is great personally for me. Now I understand for many people it's not gonna be a good thing. What do you think about this release date, Savitar?
So I think you are, just like me, you are a selfish dick. I mean, everyone is complaining about this, and I don't think I'm prepared for this. It's a little bit silly that I am going to say it, but you have to imagine. I mean, for so many years, I have just waiting for this, and now is the moment that we finally got the release date. I just need to process this, and I already told this yesterday on the voice chat with Ubi and with Cookie. Maybe it's a little bit selfish, but I think I'm not ready yet. I mean, there's so many things I just want to prepare myself for with the community and stuff. But it's I'm just one person, and I can just imagine that many people out there are a little bit disappointed. But we just got a release date, right? So I think we still can be very excited about this.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. It's gonna be like at the end of the day, they gave us a release date, guys. Get hyped. Classic is coming in 3 months, 103 days. Holy shit. We're gonna be
Not
able.
only-
Go ahead.
Sorry, not only the release date, but also the beta.
The beta is coming today. The beta is fucking coming today, and you'll be able, whether you get lucky or not, you're gonna be. I mean, I think I might say something that's wrong right now. You're gonna be able to stress test the game on 3 dates, whether you're selected for the beta or not. I could be wrong here. Maybe the stress tests are also closed. I don't know, but yeah, guys, we're getting Classic. Holy shit, we're getting the release date. I saw in the guild, people are already booking their vacations, their breaks for a week. Like, man, I'm not going to university. I'm abandoning my studies for Classic. No, probably not. Come on, it's a bad thing to do. Don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah, release date. What do you like, Ubi and Cookie? What do you think about it? The release date. Do you think it's too late? Do you think it's too early? Do you think you don't care? What do you guys think about it? So yeah, that's the release date. Now let's talk about the beta, shall we?
Sure.
So the beta. A lot of things I want to touch about on the beta. Cookie can't hear you now. Oh, rip. Beaver, hype. Beaver, congrats for the gifted sub, by the way. And what do you think about the release date? August 27. Do you think it's too late, too early, too much? I just saw
this is a question for me, right?
It's more for the chat, but you can answer it too. You can answer it too. Go ahead.
Before I'm going to say anything, welcome, Salty Dad.
It's salty.
Yeah,
I always
it's salty.
forget. I always forget. It's salty. Yeah.
Nice. It's good to have you back, man.
Well, yeah, Salty had some health thingies taken care of, right?
Yeah.
I hope you're doing better, man. I hope you're doing better. I think it's too late. Salty thinks it's a little bit too late, the release date. You see, so some people think it's perfect, like us. Some people think it's too late. Summer vacation is almost over there. Yeah, that's what we were talking about.
Well, I think from a business perspective, it's I don't know. I mean, of course, there are many people on vacation, but I think people are so crazy for a Classic that they are going to cancel their vacation anyway. If it was the case that it's gonna be released in July, but yeah, this is not the case anymore.
Hashtag me.
But yeah, I have some mixed feelings about this.
No. Well, as we said, it doesn't matter. Hey, maybe they will bring it closer. Who knows? Maybe 1 month into the beta, they say, "Hey guys, actually the game is pretty much ready so far, so we're gonna bring it a little bit closer, July 16th. Mark my words." Probably not, but yeah.
No, they are going. They are not going to do that, and this is going to cost them money.
Yeah, I
Because
know.
they already said, yeah.
I know. Summer
But
vacation,
yeah,
but I think about marketing for new players. If you have vacation, all the money goes into the vacation. Sure, no money to buy it for beginners. Yeah, that's
yeah,
true.
but
Yeah, marketing. When you talk about business and shit, yeah, you don't want to release a game whenever people don't have money to buy your game.
on the other hand, it only costs 13 euros, right? You don't have to buy the original game or something.
Yeah, that's true. You only need subscription to play the game. Basically, classic costs 13 euros per month. That's
Mhm.
it. Yeah. So yeah, people are happy. Some people are unhappy. Some people don't care. It's a mixed issue. It doesn't matter. Whatever we say, Classic is coming in August 27th, and nothing is going to change that. It doesn't matter. So, by the way, tell me when you need to go or whatever, because I could talk upon hours about Classic.
Oh,
You know that.
me too.
Okay, good.
I think you already know this, but yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, we're passionate about Classic. This is why we're making a guild. Like we started making this guild like 6 months before Classic releases. So yeah. The beta.
Yeah, I got some question for you.
Mhm.
So, imagine that you are going to get a beta key, right?
Mhm.
Are you going to play, and what are you going to test? Yeah.
Okay. Am I gonna play? Fuck yeah, I am. Like 100%. I am gonna play this game. Whatever people say. Like, is it gonna kill the hype for me? No. It didn't kill the hype for me to level to 30 on private servers. It's not gonna be. It's not gonna be killing the hype for me to test the beta of the game that I'm gonna be playing for years upon years. That being said, what am I gonna test? I'm gonna be testing some technical stuff, man, like macros, like add-ons. Like I want to know how much it takes for a warrior to level from 1 to 6 or 1 to 10. What's the fastest way? Which mob should I pull? Like if there was 3k people in this area, how am I gonna approach this thing? There's a lot of things I would try, but I cannot. Like the list is too big. I don't know. What would you try?
Well, just for the guys that aren't aware of about this, but you can just make a pre-made from level 40,
Mhm.
or you can just make a level 1 character. So I'm going to make a warrior, level 1 warrior, and I'm going to test these speed runs, and I'm going to test how long it's gonna take from 1 to 10 or something.
Mhm.
But also I'm just curious about the dungeons. So I probably would make a level 40 character and just do some dungeons like Scarlet Monastery or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Probably.
yeah,
I want to test dungeons in Classic. Yeah, for sure.
and also what you said before, I just want to make sure that every single macro does work, and for every single class, so that our community is ready for raiding.
We're gonna talk about macros in a moment. Remind me about that because I heard
Sure.
a lot of interesting things about it. So Salty is saying that's true, but if you don't have all the money because all went in vacation, it's hard to make a decision for just waiting and buy it later, or buy it now and have totally no money left over for a game that not like that's true. Like it's another thing to take into consideration whenever you subscribe to Classic. Warriors are the best around.
Yeah, okay, I can agree on that one.
Duh.
I mean, not everyone is when they are off from vacation. €13 isn't that much, right? They can still afford it. So, but yeah, if people are on vacation for like a month or something, this is just a different story.
No.
But yeah.
Captain Cookie
Welcome
slides back
Cookie.
into the chat. Wow. So, by the way, guys, we're talking about the beta and shit. But, guys, this is the EU link. I don't know. I assume the US link, you just change EU in the link, in the URL with US. If you want to have a chance at getting in the beta, and I want everyone in our guild to opt in for the beta. Because if we get one person to test out things for us, it's gonna be great. So everyone, guys, please go here and opt in for the beta. Get a chance to be in it, just to test out things for us, or so we can test out things for you. So I hear from Ubi that I was summoned earlier. What did we ask Cookie? I forgot. God damn it. Oh yeah, about the release date, Cookie. What do you think? Yeah. August 27th. Is it too late? Is it too early? Do you not care? What do you think about it? So, the beta, yeah. It's really.
Hey
there's
there.
a lot of things. Hey there, hello Taps. Thanks for following, man. Really appreciate it. Thank you. So, the beta. Now, what I would do as well in the beta is just stream it and get people to ask me things to do. You know, because like obviously I can test things, but I don't know everything that there is to test. So my viewers could help me test out things like, hey, you could test out how if you can do the jump in Stormwind to go under Stormwind, and I can do that. There's many things. Did you get a key? No, I didn't, and I assume no one did yet, Tef. I assume no one did, like even big streamers didn't yet, and I do not expect to get a key. Like me and you and everyone else, I don't expect us to get a key yet. Maybe a month down the line they will give keys. They will give more and more keys to people. It happened like this in BFA too. For the beta for BFA, I was invited, and friends of mine were invited like months before that. So it's just random, and they take a lot of they look a lot of factors to invite you to the beta. How much you participated in previous betas, how much you've been subscribed to the game, a lot of things. So holy shit, let me catch up. Well, to be honest, the release was today, next week, or in August doesn't really matter to me. I hate waiting. Cookie would want it to be now. Cookie wants the game to be out now so we can play. And I agree with you, Cookie. I agree with you, Cookie. The only thing I would like to test is how shapeshift works for Druid. Other than that, saving the hype for August. Yep. It's a big a lot of things to test in the beta, that's for sure. Now, what did I talk about that I told you to bring up again? Was something important.
Okay, macros?
Macros, sorry, yeah, macros. Tips out yesterday in his stream said, I have tested macros, and they are the modern macros. Macros from vanilla do not work in classic. Could that change? I don't think so. I think we're getting the modern macro system.
It makes sense if they are going to stick with the modern WoW.
Now the modern macro system, it's way more in depth. Like you can have mouse over macros. Do you know what mouse over macros are? Do you know what that is?
Sorry, you just lagged a bit, so
Oh,
can you repeat it?
do you know what, basically, if they bring the modern macro system, do you know what mouse over macros are?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so you're gonna have mouse over macros in Classic. That's gonna change a lot of things. That's gonna change how healers are gonna approach the healing. That's
It's
gonna
gonna be
change.
much easier.
It's gonna be easier, arguably. Mouse over macros worked in the vanilla macro system also, even without super macro. That's true, but they weren't as like I don't know, like I haven't healed in vanilla. I haven't even reached 60. But from my understanding, they weren't as robust as they are in retail. Now that's something to. Okay, clinging on the sad leftovers of IRL life before it's over for good. There you go. Tips confirm that it's the modern system. Appreciate that. I see how that helps with the overall experience when it actually releases. Absolutely. Numidia, Savitar helped me yesterday with the macro a little bit more, and I understand it better now as well. Still want my DPS ones also mouse over, but that's different, right? Yeah, we talked about with Cookie, about me telling her how actually you can heal more effectively with mouse over macros. And Cookie, did you learn? Did he? Why did my music stop? By the way, holy shit! I just noticed there's no music. So, Cookie, are you healing with macros basically right now, or are you healing with your base abilities?
Just give me a second. Tef is asking why she need the mouse over for DPS. She is just talking about BFA, not for Classic WoW. Just to be clear.
No, we're like Cookie is talking about BFA, like she's Yes, I'm fully keybound and macro healing. Well, there you go. You're pretty much set. You're pretty much set, Cookie. You just need grid if you don't have it yet, and you're set. For example, Hunter and Rage Dispel is good to mouse over. I don't know about that. I assume you're right. I just don't know how Hunter Dispel works.
Okay. Well, in this case, I can just send her the macro for Enrage, and she can just make some adjustments for Moonfire, not Moonfire, but DPS spells. Okay, let me.
See, that's a lot of things that could be done on the beta right now. Like you send macros. You just basically turn in every macro from vanilla to modern macros. This by itself could take weeks. But in classic, mouse over healing will be enough, or it's totally different. I assume it's gonna be the same. I assume it's Cookie. Basically, if you learn how to heal right now in retail, you're gonna know how to heal in vanilla. Basically. I mean, obviously the spell's a little bit different, but basically if you use macros right now, you're gonna be using macros in classic. Do you guys agree with me?
Sorry, I was just finding a decent.
No,
okay, I just found one for Cookie, so I'm going to DM her.
No. I'm disappointed in my student. Oh, she's a druid too, yeah, right. Okie dokie, sounds good. Yeah, I learned to use and install them, so that's great. No. I learn in step. No.
Okay, I think she is good to go now.
Nice. And also, I'm gonna be helping her a lot too later. Can do a dungeon and shit, and we're gonna make you the best druid healer of the guild, Cookie. Just so you know.
Well, the good thing is that we have Rock now as a resto druid as well, so he can help her a bit out. So.
Really?
Yeah.
Rock isn't gonna be tanking anymore?
Nope. We just got another one.
All right. You said if we get another tank, Rock is gonna switch. You said that at some point. Yeah. By the way, they confirmed the modern raid frames will be included in Classic. That's good. Like, if it's small changes like that that just make it better, straight up better, and no ramifications to them, that's good. I think that's good.
Yeah, and also they are going to avoid the add-ons a bit. I mean, they want to be, that the add-ons are more limited, right? So in this case, this is the perfect opportunity to reduce the
Yeah, they said they are looking to remove certain add-ons, add certain other add-ons. They talked about this back in BlizzCon, so it's a long time ago, and they said basically about the add-ons that they're still trying to figure out which add-ons to allow and which add-ons to forbid. So that's a thing too. Each one of you is making the cookie the best cookie. You're gonna be the best cookie of every cookies. I'm telling you, you're gonna be the best cookie of every cookies. Just wait and see. So raid frames add-ons might not be needed for those who prefer the inbuilt one. I'm gonna go and move and mow the lawn. Have fun, guys. Thanks for dropping by, Tef. Really appreciate it. And yeah, good luck mowing the lawn. Also, the graphic update, very nice. So graphics, they did update a little bit of things like shadows. They updated shadows. They updated the foliage. I don't know, whatever. The grass. They changed how the grass looks. It looks better. Personally, I'm gonna be leaving it as close as it was in vanilla. I want square shadows. I want a shadow that looks like a circle behind, underneath me. I do not want to see my shadow. I want a circle underneath me. I don't care about modern styles. I think it takes down from the experience, from the immersion.
Yes. Yeah, okay, I can imagine, but I think this is just selfish, but I'm going to stick with the new ones.
You're gonna be sticking with the new ones, yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine. Like everyone their taste. My taste is vanilla without any sparkles. No. Yeah, I think for me personally, I don't like it. Takes away from the immersion. And why is Spotify stopping? That's ridiculous. Anyways, so we talked about the release date. We talked about the beta, raiding, leveling.
Okay.
Layering.
I know another topic.
Go ahead.
Okay, so they made some changes. I not necessarily changes, but on private server, if you're going to /it and someone is just hitting you, you get crit, right? This isn't. This is still the case on Classic WoW, but now you. Okay, so if you get the talent Enrage, or if you get the talent Reckoning, every time you get crit, there's something happening to you. So as a warrior, you get enraged, so you can do 25% more damage.
Are you okay? I know what you're talking about, and I did it on private servers while leveling. You sit, you do a /sit, and you get crit, and because of your enraged talent, you get enraged, right?
Yeah.
Are you sure it's gonna work? Because I'm pretty sure, and I could.
No.
Oh, you're not sure.
This is just a change from private servers to the original WoW. So on private server you get enraged.
Okay.
But this isn't the case anymore on
okay.
Yeah.
I thought you said it's still working in Classic. No. Okay, good. That's another thing that's gonna change the meta for leveling for warriors and also for high level DPS in raids. Man, the game is different. The game is different, and we're gonna have to learn a lot of things about it again.
Also, paladins are going to do less damage.
Mhm.
I'm not sure, but I think they are not going to be viable at this point. I mean, on private servers, from what I have heard, they are doing 20 or 30% more damage.
I heard that too.
Yeah, so remove this damage and they are going to be pretty silly. But also, I just watched a video about Drakova recently, and he just said that there are many spells and tweaking around paladins that can make them viable. So he's really a very experienced player. So I think he might be right about this.
Yeah.
So there is hope for red paladins.
Yeah, it's gonna be funny if Esfand can't play his red paladin, or if Alex can't play his red paladin.
Yeah.
So it's
That
gonna
will be a shame.
It's gonna be a shame. It's gonna be a little bit sad at the same time. But yeah, that's the way it is. If it means, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
By the way, Cookie, the auction house is in Darnassus. It's a tough one to actually find, but I can show you if you want me.
I was leveling. Cookie is saying I was leveling my Druid Night Elf character. Didn't find an auction house yet, and Google hates me not give useful info. You should just ask guards around, Cookie. Just ask guards in the capital, and there's an option where they show you where places are, and you can select auction house there, and it's gonna show you. But Savitar is gonna show you too, so it's fine. Now I'm trying to think about important things I heard. As I said, I watched a lot of videos and a lot of interviews yesterday, and it's crazy. Like so much info, and I still think I didn't even hear. Like I didn't even read half of what was said. I'm gonna check Reddit, reddit.com/r/classic. Maybe Reddit has a post with everything that was discussed by everyone. Layering. Let me bring this here. Let me switch to window capture. Not window capture. Display capture. Holy shit! Holy. There you go. Ah. There you go. Is that working? Yeah, so I'm trying to find what's important to talk about. If you have anything to bring up, go ahead. Like,
Okay, Numidia.
Mm-hmm.
This is just a little bit off topic, but I just want to rush to level 60 as soon as possible, right? Because I'm going to be the main tank.
Same.
But also I think I really like it that one of us is going to stick with Cookie, because I think this is it is so nice to see someone in your shoes. I mean, we have been in the shoes from Cookie, right? And now you can see it from her perspective. And that is something I really looking forward to. But yeah, maybe we can just rotate so that I can do some dungeons with her and then just speedrun and rotate this with you.
Sure, I can help. Sure, for sure, no worries.
No, newbie shoes. Nobody
Newbie
wants
shoes.
those.
You're right. No. Yeah, absolutely, no worries. I'm totally willing to help Cookie. when I first started playing WoW, I wish there was. Here's the thing: I started playing Eve Online recently, and if people didn't help me at the start, I would probably not be playing Eve right now anymore, because like the game is so hard when you don't know anything about it. But the community helped me, and because of that, I'm still playing Eve and I'm enjoying it. Now I want to do the same thing for our community, so that they stick around and they see that this game is actually worth sticking to. But I'm willing to set a schedule with you guys for leveling times. There you go. It's even better.
Yeah, I think this should work. Yeah, but also we have to keep in mind that she is going to play a night elf, right? And I'm going to play a human. So the first part she has to do it with a night elf person, or just on their own.
And if she gets beta access, she can test her leveling route alone in the night elf area.
She can, but do you think it's going to ruin her experience? I don't think this is a great idea.
I don't think it's gonna ruin it. I really don't think it's gonna ruin it. I could be wrong. I really don't think so though. I don't know. I can do it on my own with someone on speed dial. Oh. Yeah, you could do that. Oh, Crossram Battlegrounds. Did you hear about Crossram Battlegrounds?
Of course, this is just a classic WoW thing. This was already in the game back then.
Yeah, but back then it was only added in patch 112, right? And oh, sorry. And they're adding it basically in phase 1 now. Phase 2, sorry. Phase whenever they release PGs. What do you think?
I think that this is a good thing. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm just for the no changes, but I think this is a good thing because, well, it's gonna avoid the queue times, right?
Yeah. Queue times are a big issue. And here's the thing, guys. Like, here's the thing. Crossram BGs, they prioritize people from your realm first. Then they go to the battle groups. Right? So, if your realm has enough people to start a BG, you're not gonna be queued with people from other servers. Until there's no way and you need to be put on the battle group. And cross-realm BGs have something called battle groups too, which is basically a set of realms, like 5 or 6 realms, where you can only queue with those realms. So the sense of community is gonna be like fucked a little bit, but not too much. You're still gonna recognize some names from your battle group, right? So yeah, would I trade playing with only my server if it means having instant queues? Yeah, I don't want to wait an hour to be queued in a BG.
Yeah, I agree.
And here's the thing: you said I'm for no changes and shit. Arguably, cross-realm BGs were added in Classic, right? So it's not a change because it was there at a certain point in Classic. This is not a change.
Yeah, and since they are going to, they want to, they are fond of the latest version of Classic WoW. It's the most balanced one, and so they are. I just understand their decision with the cross realm.
Yeah, and I agree. Like it's the most balanced version of Classic. It's just the better version of Classic. It's the best version of Classic, and I agree with that.
Yeah, I'm still a little bit worried about the items that Well, there are going to be some items that, well, if the item's going to be out, then it's gonna be on the latest version. So that is going to nerf the content. But yeah, like we said before, the content is done on private services. So I don't think this is necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah. Well, it's something. Oh no, it's something. It's something that's not gonna be as bad as people think it is, in my opinion. In my opinion. Would I prefer it not to be in the game? Cross images, sure, but I don't think it's gonna be that bad. Captain Cookie flying to Darnassus. Yay!
Also, what do you think about the? Okay, so in classic WoW, if you would take if you will take a flight path to for example from Darnassus to Darkshore, right? Not Darkshore, but to let's say Tenris.
I know where you're going with that. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So there, if you locked out with your character, then it's going to land on the next flight path. So in this case, it's going to land on Darkshore. So they made a change in Classic WoW, in the beta at least, that that there is a button you can click on.
Yeah, the red button.
Yeah, the red button, and then you are going to it's cancel your trip.
Yeah.
You're going to land on the next flight path. I think this is a good change.
I think it just really doesn't matter because you could do it in the first place. And Asfend, I saw the video from Asfend, and he was like, I hope no, not Asfend, stay safe. Holy shit, so many videos.
Tips out.
Okay, there you go. He said, I wish this was removed. I really don't see why you should remove it. Like, it doesn't matter. You can do it. You can do it either way. It's just more convenient.
Yeah.
Now you could argue death of 1,000 cuts and shit, but who cares? Who cares? For people who don't know what we're talking about, I'm gonna switch to my game. Game cam. There you go. Is it working? Yeah. Let me move my cam up here. Look, I take the flight path and I go, I don't know, to Darkshire. Oh shit, I'm using the... I'm gonna switch to default UI, fuck. Let me help you out. Changes! Ah! So yeah, just to show people what we're talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think this is that important. Like, who cares? You can do it either way.
It's just a quality of life change, right?
To be honest with you, arguably I wouldn't even qualify it to be quality of life. It's just some little thing. Here's what we're talking about. This red button here, request stop. You click it and it's gonna drop me on the next flight path. On classic you could still do that. In vanilla, sorry, you could still do that. Just by logging off. You alt F4, you log back and it just puts you in the next flight path. And also, this thing is really inconvenient. Most of the times it doesn't work. Most of the times it just takes you to the last location. It's not like people are gonna be using this much, it's just not convenient. Now, is it gonna be fixed in Classic? I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. But yeah, when it comes to those small things that they add or they change or they remove, like, if there's no negatives to them, who cares? Would it be better if they were removed? Yeah, but I wouldn't go won't go my way to make a Reddit post or a forum post to ask the devs to remove them. It's just whatever.
I agree. Okay, let me find some topics.
No, go on.
Oh yeah, about the front step or front thread, if you may. So
The font what?
front step. So
No, front step.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in on private servers, you can actually backstab someone in the face,
Okay.
and this is obviously not supposed to work.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bug. I mean, it's gonna delay at some point why you can actually get behind the target, but that doesn't supposed to happen in on retail or something.
Mm-hmm.
So this isn't possible. But this also accounts for threat. Threat is the move for druid. It's the same as backstab, but then for druid. And this isn't obviously not going to work anymore. So
Now my question about that, and I heard about this. Does that did that used to work in vanilla? Could you backstab people from the front in vanilla? Back in
I'm not sure, but I don't think so.
You don't think so? Okay. Because I thought you could, and private servers made it so that this bug still stays as it was back in the day. But if it's a bug that was only present in private servers, obviously, yeah, fuck that. I'm happy they removed it.
Also, the WoW token. The WoW token, they have confirmed that there is not going to be a token.
Yeah, there is not going to be a WoW token in Classic. That being said, you can still get subscription time if you buy it from retail, right? So as long as I buy the subscription time from retail, I will be able to play Classic. But I am not going to be able to switch my gold in any way to Classic. Hello Ramahe, welcome, man. Yeah, WoW tokens. You see, the small things like that. I'm your biggest fan. Wow. I have a biggest fan, Savitar.
Nice.
Yeah, thank you, man. Appreciate it. Okay. Anything else? Like, small things like that that you think about?
Let me see.
We exhausted the topics to talk about. Is there a way? Ramahe is asking, is there a way to donate you $10 million? No. No, there isn't a way. That being said, if you want to sub, go ahead. The sub button is up there. Would really appreciate it. But no, there isn't a way to donate me $10 million. Thanks for the follow, Ramahe. I really appreciate it. Thank you. So, what were you gonna say, Savitar?
Okay, so in Classic WoW, there is an option that you can buy the epic mount without armor on the private service early on. No, not on private service, but in the old days, right?
Yes.
So they confirmed that this isn't going to be the case anymore. So you are only allowed to buy the exalted mount with armor.
Yeah, thanks.
I don't mind at all, but.
Thanks for bringing that. It's something I wanted to talk about and I completely forgot. Thanks for bringing that. Yeah, and their reasoning behind it, someone actually interviewed them on this exact question. Their reasoning why they're not giving away, they're not selling an armored mount, is that they do not want to make people feel like they need to rush to get those pristine mounts. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't agree with that reasoning. They should. They should like leave the unarmored mounts for phase 1 to phase 2 or phase 2 to phase 3. I don't know. They should leave them, man. I don't agree. They should leave the armored mounts. This is something I would actually go to the forums and post about. This is something that is important in my view. It just says like you have a mount that says I am a nerd. I am a sweaty nerd, and I leveled so quickly that I got my. I not only have I leveled so quickly, but I got 1,000 gold, 1,100 gold to buy an armored mount. It's big. It's an important thing.
Okay.
I think they should leave that. Yeah.
I'm very interesting about the. Okay, I'm interested about the following question. And okay, so TBC and Rev. What do you think about TBC and Rev? Do you think this is a great opportunity to bring these games out when Classic is?
Yes. Dude, like yesterday, it's literally one of the first things that Tips talked about whenever he was gonna talk. Like, whenever his NDA was gonna be lifted. He talked about Classic, the release date, the beta, and then he said, "Are you guys interested about BC? And are you guys interested about Rat?" And then he memed, he said, "Are you guys interested about Warlords?" So, yeah, like I was so happy to learn that they're actually thinking about, like, they're not opposed to adding BC servers. This is big, man. This is big. It means they are willing to have 4 types of servers. They're willing to have retail, Rat, BC, and Classic running at the same time. This is big.
Well, let's hope so. I mean, if they are going to make this progress realms, then it's a bad thing. But I don't think they are going to do it.
Yeah,
because they recently make these servers, and it was just a. They put so many money in this new project, and I don't think this is a good thing to. I think you should do separate servers. And,
absolutely.
Yeah.
If you do that, if you just delete the Classic servers and give BC servers, it's gonna be back to square one. People are gonna be complaining that they don't like BC and they want Classic back. I don't think I don't think they will remove the Classic servers. I think they will have separate servers. This is big, man. I don't know about you. I am more excited about BC than about Classic. What is your preferred version? What about chat? What is your preferred version? Chat. Go ahead, Savitar.
Okay, so to be honest, just before the announcement from Classic WoW I just was more interesting in TBC, and TBC was always my perfect game, if that makes sense. I mean, every single class was more balanced and stuff. Every role was viable, and therefore I really looked up for this game. And I didn't have the chance to raid back in the old days, but I really liked it. And I didn't like the Outland content. I mean, yeah, it was okay, but I rather have to be on the same planet as everyone. So every single content is still relevant, right? So this is a big downside for me, and also the flying mounts. I think the world is going to be smaller at this point. Yeah. So I don't agree with this one, but yeah, I am willing to accept these changes from PVC as well. I really looked up. Yeah, I'm really looking for the raid experience. It's going to be much harder than Classic used to be. So yeah, I'm very excited for TBC, but also for Rev, to be honest, because this was my first experience with playing WoW.
Yeah, I agree. And thank you, Cookie, for the host. I really appreciate it. Cookie with the 1 viewer, yay! So yeah, I am on the same boat. I don't like flying. I think BC has a lot of problems. Just like Classic has a lot of problems, just like Rat has a lot of problems. Like there's no version of the game which is perfect, you know.
Yeah.
BC has a lot of issues too, namely flying mounts and the fact that everything before that is now useless because you have a new planet and everyone is put in that planet. But that being said, I still prefer I still prefer BC. I like BC
And also
so much.
the arenas, right?
The
It was
arenas,
so nice. I miss these arenas.
absolutely.
And of course, you can play them on BFA, but I don't like BFA at all.
Who cares about BFA? You're probably gonna be tagged with a shaman, and you're gonna be
Yeah.
you're gonna be killed 1 versus 5 in arena against a shaman. Who cares? But yeah, like you know something funny. Whenever when they announced in BlizzCon Classic, it's the first time I went to a Classic private server. I started playing, and then I learned later on that there was no arena in Classic, in vanilla. And I was like, what? How did people enjoy PvP so much in this game? To me, like a world without arena is crazy, but it happened. And yeah, that's another thing. Like BC Arena was so good. I loved it.
Well, I agree with you, but now I'm really into Classic WoW, and I did some research and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, every single knowledge I know so far is from private servers or just from the internet. So yeah, it might not be that good. I mean, it's good to have your own experience. But yeah, I can really see why people enjoy the PvP back in the old days, like in Classic WoW. I mean, World PvP, Terramil versus South Shore and such things. I really looking for these things to experience these for myself. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh man, Phase 1. No, actually, Phase 2 to Phase 3. It's gonna be a fucking bloodbath in Terran Mill versus South Shore, man. I'm gonna make a tune on a PvP server just to experience this bloodbath. It's gonna be crazy.
Wait a second. In Phase 3, the Battlegrounds are coming out, right?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I think, but I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure, yeah. Phase 3 Battleground. Phase 2 the honor system, Phase 1 nothing. So Phase 2, the honor system is released. Everyone.
Also the world bosses.
Also the world bosses, yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone is gonna want to grind to at least rank 10, rank 12, rank 14. Just to get the weapons, because that's another thing. Weapons are having 112 itemization. Imagine having Grand Marshal Claymore.
That's sick, man.
You're gonna keep that weapon all the way till max. It's fucking. That's the best weapon you can get. Period. And people are gonna be wanting to get that weapon from day one, from as soon as the honor system releases. It's gonna be a bloodbath. It's gonna be a bloodbath.
The next question. So, are you going to participate for the PvP ranks? Are you going to grind honor and stuff?
I'm wondering about that, because on a PvE server, is that really a thing? Can you do that? I really don't know. Can you do that?
Well, I think if our server is really that willing for PvP and stuff, we can just world PvP, but you have to flag your PvP enable.
Yeah.
You have to have your flag enabled, and also the horde faction also need to do this in case you can actually battle them.
Yeah.
So I think in the first phases, this is very hard to get your honor.
Yeah.
But as soon as the battlegrounds are coming out, I think this is gonna be much easier. Because this is.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, because battlegrounds is the most efficient way to get your honor anyway.
Yeah.
Well, from what I have heard, so.
Yeah, I don't expect anyone to be past rank 8 on our server from phase 2 to phase 3,
Yeah.
unless, and this is like against TOS for Blizzard. Against you organize some type of rotation with the opposite guild where you all tag, but it's I think it's against TOS. I don't know. And speaking about ganking and shit, another thing I heard. I think Tips Out asked the devs to what extent they are gonna be monitoring ganking, and to what extent are they gonna stop it. You know, English is hard. I don't find my words.
Prevent griefing and stuff.
Prevent griefing. To what extent
Yeah.
are they gonna be preventing griefing? And the devs basically tell them, let the kids play. And Tips asked, are you gonna be allowing people to go to Goldshire and summon Infernals just to gank people leveling there? And the devs were like, let the kids play. Who cares? We're not gonna be like stopping that. It's gonna be a fucking bloodbath. I'm telling you, it's gonna be the Wild West. Go ahead.
I think this is the best way to play this out, and even I'm not sure if they confirmed this, but they said they are going to troll as well. The Blizzard employee, they are going to summon Ragnaros and stuff. I mean, not Ragnaros because he is friendly or something.
Yeah.
The other one, Lucifron.
Yeah, Lucifron and Magmadar and shit. They're gonna be summoning them in Goldshire and shit. It's good. Can they give me access now to the beta? I want to see this. Blizzard, are you listening? I want the key, please. I swear, I just want the key. That's it. I'm gonna be a good boy.
I think
I have never played on a private server. Kappa.
I think we should keep in mind that in Europe it's a different time than in the US right now. So I think we have to wait a little bit longer when they are going to release the first keys, right?
Well, here's the thing: the beta is region, not region locked. Like it's the beta is a few servers for all the regions to join. They don't have EU beta and US beta. At least that's how it was. That's how it was in BFA, and that's how it was in the previous expansions. There's only one beta. There's no EU beta and US beta servers.
Okay.
And that's the thing too. Like your ping is gonna be way worse in the beta. Your ping.
Yeah. Okay, but how they are going to times? I mean, in Europe we are always like the first one that so the release date in Europe is sooner than in the USA. Correct me if I'm wrong. Oh no. It's coming in 26 in the USA, right?
So let me do something. Let me show you something. Global release schedule. You see this?
Yeah.
Do you see my screen? It's releasing at the same time for everyone, just like BFA released at the same time for everyone. Everyone is getting it at the same time. Like people in this time zone are getting it at midnight. People in London are getting it at 11. People in New York at 6 p.m. People in Pacific time at 3 p.m. We're gonna be playing Classic is releasing at midnight for us because we're in Paris time zone, and it's also going to be releasing at the same time at 3 p.m. for people in Western US. So it's global release.
The headquarters of Blizzard, where is it located again?
California, 3 p.m. here.
3 p.m. Okay, so I think we should keep this. I think if they are going to, I think they are going to release the the beta keys on let's say 12 a.m. No, 12 p.m. I mean in
12
the
p.m. for us.
yeah no for them how you do explain it. So, for example, if they are going to release the beta keys on 1 p.m. In our time,
Mm-hmm.
in their time, we have to calculate it in our time, right? So I think they are going to release the keys in over day in the like 1 p.m. or something.
Yeah, I think, and I'm basing this on yesterday's announcement, right? Yesterday they announced the release date and shit. They announced it at 8 a.m. for them, 8 in the morning for Irvine, California, PST.
Okay.
I think starting at 8 a.m. people are gonna be getting keys. Streamers are gonna be getting keys. Like big names are gonna be getting keys. You know, starting from what is like California time? Right now it's 6. I mean it's 5:49 in California. In 2 hours from now, I expect the beta keys to start dropping. That's what I expect.
That makes sense because here in Europe, okay, yeah, it's gonna be 5 p.m.
Yeah.
And therefore, okay, makes sense.
And I'm gonna get one in 2 hours. I wish.
Yeah, I hope so, man.
I wish.
I really hope.
I wish. Oh man. So yeah, I think we discussed a lot of things today. It was great having you. Thanks for coming, man. I really appreciate
Of course.
it.
Anytime.
So yeah, if we don't have anything else to talk about, I think I'm gonna call it off. I'm gonna take a break a little bit, and then I'm gonna be coming back to help Cookie with her macros and shit. Even though I think it's all ready. So
well, thanks for having me here, chat. Thanks for your comments and stuff.
Yeah.
And hopefully see you next time.
Yeah, we'll do that. Alright guys, thank you all for being here. I will see you guys next time. Is there anyone I could host? Let me see, follow list. There's no one I could host. I have no one in my follow list and I don't know who I could host. Whatever. So guys, thank you all for being here. Thank you Savitar again. I will see you guys on my next raid, my next stream, which is in 2 days from now. And yeah, see you guys soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.